The Chazal tell us about the struggle of Chanuka, that the Yevon, the Greeks, were goyzer the decree against Das Yisrael was in three areas: Shabbos, Chodesh, Shabbos, and Milah. The Greeks were not fools. If what the Chazal tell us, Yesh Chochmah V'Goyim Kamen, that there is wisdom among the nations of the world, believe it. The source of wisdom, the root, the shoyrish, was Yavon. I don't have to teach you, most of you can teach me. That it's kind of knowledge that they were the shoyrish until today of all philosophical thinking. As one great philosopher once said, all that has been mentioned and said in philosophy was said through Aristotle, and the rest of philosophy is just an explanation of Aristotle. Greeks came and made a gzeira on these three things: on Chodesh, Shabbos, and Milah. In Klal Yisrael, there are three kedushas. If you follow the Chumash in the last Sedras closely, you will see that there is a repeated emphasis on the kedusha of space, of mokim. When Avraham, it starts with Avraham Avinu, and the haftocha from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and he will give him Eretz Yisrael. And it's mentioned numerous times. The kedusha of mokim, the kedusha of space. In Klal Yisrael, there's another kedusha. The kedusha of time, kedusha sasman. At the very first seed, at the very first step of Klal Yisrael to becoming an Ummah Shlema, a nation, Moshe Rabbeinu in Mitzrayim yet, when the first buds of Geula were beginning to sprout, said to them, HaChodesh Hazel Lachem, Rosh Chadosh, Kedush Sasman. So we have the kedusha of space, we have the kedusha of zman, of time, and there's a third kedusha. The atem tiyu liman leches goy amen de goy kodesh. Kedusha sa'odom, the sanctity of man. Which at this moment has been totally inundated, and by Chachmas HaGoyim has been reduced, man has been reduced to a white rat in a laboratory. As Professor Skinner from Harvard says, there's no difference between a white rat in a laboratory and a human being. Many of you have read Zayin Bichalach too. I don't have to teach you about that. But in the Torah we see these three kedushas. Kedusha space, Kedusha Sa'odom, Kedusha Min, and Kedusha Asman. The Yehudim were the worst enemies that we had in our history. We're still fighting them back. Why? The kids and nimbus of the Remisa, Mulay, that Chazal said it, we couldn't say it. Innum kreidin le'urcha de mehiminus. Innum kreidin le'urcha de mehiminus. Innum kreidin, they are very near le'urcha de derech. And it's a derech. They put their fingers in their hands on a big chaylik of the truth of reality. Those are the worst enemies. They came in their struggle between Athens and Yerushalayim. And the first thing they took, they invaded, they captured Eretz Yisrael. No more sanctity here. Zvonim and then the Romans. No more sanctity here. What was the Churban Beis HaMikdash? To destroy the Kedushas HaMokim. Now, after they had the Kedushas HaMokim, their drive to light out the Oiris of Knesset Yisrael, Oiris is a good verstanden. Wow! Haben sehr gut verstanden. You know in the Gemara when Alexander the Great met the Kohen Gadol, who was it? Who? Chanuka. Interesting Gemara, human. Alexander the Great was ours. You know his Rebbe was ours. We had a lot of it. He saw wherever he went, he saw the Seudas Bris, wherever he goes. Strange Gemara. So they came and the Shasamakim they had in their hands. Now they're going to totally obliterate the oil, Knesset Yisrael of the Torah. They were going to Rosh Chodesh. Shabbos. They're going to take care of Kedushas Asman and Kedushas Achon. Do you know who the Greeks were? Do you know who Plato was? Chanuka, I'll tell you. You, excuse me, if our guests, I told them, they will testify I never mention secular stories. I never do. It's Chanuka, it's a lichtig. You read in this month's New York Review of Books. It's a highly intellectual pamphlet. You read the first article. There are a few paragraphs there about the unexpurgated editions of Plato, who he was. I read Pietro, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And there you see Oistlikla, who he was. Knew nothing of Kedushas HaOdom, absolutely not. How long did he didn't know he rejected it? Also Plato. The Yehudim couldn't stand this oil in the world. They couldn't tolerate Kedusha Deutschen. What? This. I always tell the old to me, make such a relation on me. Evan Ezra, on the etymology of the word bliss, he says that Ezra says in Bereshit that the word bliss is Meloshin Ba, Moineya Ba, Bliss is the kernel of Ba, is the kernel of the wheat without any growth, without the chaff, without everything. A bris is a maximally clear relationship. Ich und du und keine nicht. This says, Rak eschen Yodayim in Kol Ha'amim. Ist der Kunstwahl. In Yerushalayim ist es so, alle Menschen. Die können sein. Alle Menschen in der Chanichi, nicht nur Yerushalayim. Der couldn't tolerate. The Al-Abba, the Al-Chatmosov. The best Chanukah was mainly the Akavayred, Zayt the Tzadikim. This mir Kamarzik is Samahubet. This Oyer HaGolos Shegotzoi HaKadosh Baruch Hu Tzadikim was in Lovoi. That's in the days of Hanukkah, the Oyer of Hanukkah. The only hope for humanity, which it becomes increasingly clear from day to day, from moment to moment, that the einzige Licht, was da in der Welt, so, das ist es. Don't be surprised if you buy a New York Times and there'll be a headline of this, the only oil that it is in the world lit by you. Don't be surprised. The world is drowning in a tumult that started thousands of years ago. Drowning. The decadence and the demoralization is almost total. And this demoralization was in Greece, it was in Rome. And Baruch Hashem, Netzach Yisrael Yeshak, the Rebbeinu Shloim, gibt rein an Koyach, in Knesset Yisrael was about everything. Yeah. So Bris Chanukah, the relationship of Knesset Yisrael, the eternal relationship of Knesset Yisrael and the Rebbeinu Shloim. Very kind.